Fortunately, will be able to find his way onto the A bomb set. However, that's a very uncomfortable position they are in because m0NESY can make life very uncomfortable here. He's going to find Hades, but Madden will reply back instantly.
He will. Snappy stuck in an awkward position as Alexi burns Madden to a crisp. 3-play-2 as ENCE taking control over the site. Post-plant will be coming up. But Diha in an interesting position on elevator. How he wishes that he had Spinks up closer. Now that the smoke is cleared and dwindled. A snappy headshot straight to the dome of Alexi, courtesy of Spinks. And now Diha's coming back in for one of his own. Hunter all alone on the site with his Glock, trying to rat-tat-tat himself to the first round of this game. But Diha takes his head off and runs away.
For the time being, and they're just waiting for a move to be made here by ENCE, and ENCE aren't giving anything. And that being said, Madden slowly inching towards mid. He's going to find Jax looking for the second kill, which he will indeed. But m0NESY will finally trade him as Nico with the deagle finds Hades, and all of a sudden, it's a 3v3, and they do have the A bomb site.
They do a fast flank coming round, though, from Snappy from long doors, but they will have a good idea as to this being a possibility. Tossing the bomb across will afford now m0NESY to peer down on the catwalk side. Spray is good. Snappy's been dealt with accordingly, and that makes this potential retake that much more difficult. A lot of players would decide to dip out at this stage and hold on to the weapons that they possess, and that's why it's such a difficult site to retake in a 2-on-3.
More importantly, Nico on 9 HP decapitates Hades, who is waiting, playing towards car, and that completely opens up the A bomb site.
They do have the wall of smokes, but that second smoke has not plumed in position just yet. Another one needs to be tossed down. There we go. Now Hades has been locked out. I say that, but he sledgehammers open the door with the A1S, and Jack stood behind it, gets crunched down. Ooh. Nice counteractive kill from Nico. Had a bit of a slow start, but you always know he's never out of the game. Madden needs to use that smoke as his sanctuary, trying to dart around the shadows and make the most of Gandalf as it stands. Now a gap in the smoke has appeared, and Hades is trying his best to make as much use of that as possible. Good, well-placed flash, but now Madden shows his hand. This has been an excellent hold from the CTs, all things considered. m0NESY needs to go above and beyond, and instead, he gets submerged by Spinks.
Way towards mid, and now Madden aware. He heard the flashback. It's a bit of a ruse towards A, though, and Madden, the flashback is so good, though, and he will spot a player out, but Nico dropping in from short, able to find Madden, and that's the... Look at the way the bomb sets are just split in half right now. G2 have complete control, and it's going to come down to Hades to hit a good shot, but he will find nothing.
Nico going from strength to strength, a great divide and conquer approach now, and Nico has picked up his third. He's on for the ace. If Diha and Spinks want to tread over onto the A side of the map, but it is fraught with terrors. And
even though Madden, was able to stay alive for a couple of seconds, helped out by a flashbang from his teammates towards the B bomb site.
There's no follow-up peek, no smokes, no incendiaries, 2 players on pistols. So yes, you've got a couple players low here, but what can you do about it? Well, Diha says, I've got an A1S, and I'm going to spray down on 2 players. And it's the cousins that go across him as he looks to try and finish off the rest. Has a chance, nails it on a third, looking for a fourth as well, but m0NESY has dealt the fatal blow, and with 25 seconds to play with now, G2 are reeling. Both players super low, m0NESY with a slight gap on the smoke has made it work, and now Madden on the flank could have them both dead to rights. There's one, but misses his second shot. 10 seconds to play with. Madden just needs to play possum, and Jack's rushing towards the site, needs to get this plant down right now. Gonna be able to have a couple moments to just retrieve a little position. Bit of reprieve now for him, and Jack peeks up. The perfect time. Madden switches his weapon, and it's put in the dirt. It is, and Madden, I think, has a good idea as to what's coming up. He's just pushing outside of long right now, seeing nothing in mid. 1-for-1 trade, bomb gets spilled down. Here comes Diha, spraying in for 1 and a second as well. And he's been the shining light right now for ENCE. He's got himself 8 kills. Hunter and Nico remain. Tread lightly, though.
Look at the tunnel.
Tunnel is definitely a problem, but Nico no longer will be. Hunter's about to get flanked, and he gets swept away from Madden, who's long flank round long. They're comfortable on this map. They shouldn't be getting blown out this hard on the CT side. We're seeing Spinks not quite have the impact you expect. Diha has just been eradicated from Jax, who goes in and just banishes both. Ooh. The A site is open for business. And it's going to be Jax that is wielding his team across for another round, potentially.
Not a single point of damage being taken by Jax. It's unreal how everyone on this G2 side seems to be so switched on right now. Hunter has been looking very, very solid. m0NESY, I mean, he's 12-4. That itself is good enough. We've seen Nico just tapping away fools, and just everyone's having a very comfortable time here. And I said, ENCE, we're going to be needing more from you guys, but G2, they immediately switch things up. And look, there's not much you can do when Jack's just going to be popping hits like that. Obviously, looking for the final, gets tagged a bit by, but immediately plucks Madden's head clean off his shoulders. Clean round.
Yeah, this is definitely a significant step up, maybe, from the kind of impact that Spinks was having in previous rounds. NiKo, in the meanwhile, goes in two brisk headshots. The landlord of Catwalk, and he has evicted the CTs, but Snappy, he's a squatter. Says, nah, you can't get rid of me that easily. And he's actually taken the AK as well, and potentially given ENCE a chance.
I love the Molotov, the immediate reply coming in from G2 right there. All right, fine, you have the AK-47. You're not going to be walking into the flames, although the smokes will be deployed, allowing them to do something a little crazy. But Spinks able to find one, finds a second kill as well, getting boosted up. That is massive. And Spinks drops on down. And suddenly, from a 5v3, it's down to 2 versus 3. Bomb will be planted. Muncie will give away his position, and Spinks will find the kill. And now it's all down to Alexi B.
Alexi B, two separate angles to watch out for, and he gets pinched. It's Snappy that takes him off, and we'll deal with him accordingly. I've got to point out as well, I don't like to say this, but it's a similar result to what happened last major. Great shot from Hades, though. I was just about to say, Hades is 1-9. It's had very little impact. Doesn't had really any opening picks, and he goes and gets one, and now Madden has put the bomb down in long. That is surely a clean, comfortable round for ENCE. Keep in mind their economy. They can't really afford to lose many players from this point. It's not just about winning at this stage, it's about winning cleanly.
Okay.
Okay, well that's going to make it a little bit scrappier, especially as NiKo removes the head of Snappy. Now they can go pick up that bomb. It's in an awkward position though. Hades with the AWP misses the shot. And somehow Hunter's picked up the bomb and has the audacity to potentially re-peek this. Hades is scared that NiKo may be pushing him from long. NiKo's still up on the site itself. What a strange round this has been. And NiKo removes the head of Diha. I said surely it has to be around for ENCE, and cleanly so. A 2v5 has gone into a 2-on-2.
Hades getting hunted down. That's a crucial kill for him to find, and now it's all on NiKo. 20 seconds to work with. He needs to make a little bit of haste as Hades is going to miss the question. NiKo comes jumping around. He should be able to find him, and he will indeed. No, he knows it. Where the second player is as well. There's 8 seconds, and Spinks is just going to run for it. NiKo has to hunt him down, and it is going to be Spinks to save ENCE there, but for a moment, Vince.
G2 after all, so they're pressing the button. They're going in full throttle. 30 seconds to play with. NiKo drops down, but Diha is there to deal with him. Hades goes in through the smoke as well. Jax is the only T that's been able to come out on top in this exchange, and time is still ticking away. Diha, alive, will not be able to deny this bomb plant, but is keeping himself up close so that the rest of his team can get up close in themselves. But Hunter removes him, deals with him so quickly, so briskly, that it puts his teammates in such a horrible spot. Snappy and Spinks both trying to sneak their way up towards the side. Just less than half the fuse left on the timer. Both remainder of the Ts are over on Catwalk. Hunter on low HP, 7 to be precise, has dished out the fatal blow to Spinks, and that could be the round. There's no mollies, HEs, or flashes to deal with Snappy, but they would have just heard him drop down, and thus G2 know they've got themselves an 8th round.
Might even be able to hunt him down here. Is he going to cross though? Yup. Will cross, unfortunately for him.
This is one of the first times we've seen this tactic. It's been a very A-heavy, small gap in the smoke. NiKo is trying to keep them interested. They have decided to divert. This is a double switch and bait, and NiKo removes the head of Hades, goes back in, heavy damage to Madden, but he stands on 13 HP, lucky for some. Madden may burn to a crisp, has to come out into the open, and in doing so, Hunter is there to collect. The guillotine comes down, but Diha is keeping this dream alive. 10 seconds to play with. Bomb does get planted, and Hunter, in the meanwhile, makes short work of Diha. 2-on-2. They know one of these players is on Catwalk. Well played, flashbang, but this double tag team has now been put down to a solo effort. It is Muncie. First frag goes the way of the young man, and now he's up against Spinks. No idea as to where his position currently lies. 17 frags already picked up for Muncie, and Spinks is taking his sweet time. He has to pick up the pace. Time is running scarce now. Muncie up close, going to be combat AWPing, looking for that no-scope, has now spotted Spinks. He's waiting for Spinks, but Spinks removes his head, and just in the nick of time, he should have this defusal. ENCE get their 6th, but it was so close.
Molly for short. to enable him to get some control. And Monacy burning in the flames, still going to be peeking down mid, but doesn't find anything. But it's still going to stick around. And they're looking for these fights. And what a tap by Monacy. And it's going to drop on down the madman, the lunatic, looking for more. A snore by Monacy. Finally, he will be dropped. But that is bloody murder at mid.
And it is the Megalodon of Nico. They thought he was extinct, but he's about to chomp down if they don't pick up the pace. And there's the first one, snaps onto the head. And that's going to be this round very much over, unless Diha pulls a miracle out of his back pocket. He's surrounded. They know exactly where he is. They saw the bomb spill down before. Ooh. Nice shot onto Hunter, though. There's still time. There is still a way back into this round. It is going to have to be paid with in the blood of G2 players, and they are all healthy, mind you, so it's going to have to be headshots dished out aplenty. The positions are good. Nico at this range is going to decapitate him, so the dream is dead.
We'll tag Diha. This, of course, is pretty much just a very light buy. A couple of upgraded, you can see a couple of deagles being upgraded. It's going for the scout buy, which is a bit surprising, as Hunter trying to farm a little bit of cash, but the deagles are starting to sing. Madden finding Jax, that is huge. That is massive. They have control of the B bomb side. He spots the CD2 would spawn as well. Now, the only problem here is they don't have a smoke to cross the bomb onto the bomb side, and they already have LXB pushed up close, looking to prevent that from taking place, and he will drop Spinks.
Not sure about that peek from Alexi, but he gets away with it. The bomb's now been spilled on the other side of the doors. They have to go back over, out into the wilderness, into the danger to even get the bomb in the first place, but the timing works against them. I actually think that Nico may have passed in front of Monacy and blocked the shot. Down to 1 HP now. They're both super low. However, Monacy still puts the bullet to the head of Madden, and it's a scout battle at the end. Enemy at the gate style, as Monacy trying his best to defend this site. But now he's about to get that confirmation. B-site will be the final resting place of this round. Coming back in again is Monacy. The barrel of the gun may betray Hades if he's not careful right now. It could be a no-scope that finishes this round. Oh, Hades! What a flick onto! What a ridiculous shot! I can't believe he's actually landed that. We have plenty more to come up. Round 19, we'll see ENCE starting to pillage and pilfer on towards the A side. Molotov down to the back. There's Madden. There's a gap on that smoke, and LXB makes the most of this one way. Diha needs to be very careful, but sprays through and gets the reward before Monacy bounces back with his AWP. Plays low. Monacy continues to just orchestrate this devastation onto ENCE. They are not giving up and not relinquishing the site. They fend away the on-pushers and get a 12th round on top of it. The answer is a resounding no.
They've gone for the force, by the way. They've just gone for the force. It's going to be the full Hail Mary push coming in towards the B bomb side. And Famas doing a lot of damage as Diha finds 2-1, being one of his teammates. And this B hit has come to a premature stop.
Yeah, this is such a great position because not only does it give him intel up middle if they're trying to push up catwalk, additionally now he's just going to have the early intel on the teammates as Monacy drops the bomb down, and Alexi with the freest of kills, he's going to go for the shank right between the shoulder blades.
Oh my.
Insult to injury, money in the bank, but more importantly...
But still, 4 versus 4, pretty even Steven. Snappy is pretty low in health as well, mind you, and 52 points of health in Madden, making sure there's no one behind him. Bear in mind, he's got the bomb as Hunter just clotheslines Hades to try and sell this fake towards A, but Nico spots nothing, and that means Jax, he's ready at B.
He is completely in position, only realistically needs to get 1 kill to be valuable in the off angle. 1 or 2 with a silenced element with the A1S. They had no idea, and he's going to punish them. He's basically the puppet master, right?
Master of puppets?
Yeah, exactly. Making them dance for him. Alexi B, though, the brains behind this operation, showing he can frag when it's called upon. Here is the man in question, flick across, never in doubt. Diha hits the dirt maybe for the last time on this map. And Snappy and Spinks have to go above and beyond. Spinks tagging Nico heavily, but on 1 HP, Nico just slaps him out of the server for what should be the last time he does too. And Snappy will go the very same way. Domination from G2.
Absolute domination. The two hunters, hunters in the server, the two cousins, Nico and Hunter, ending that game, and I do believe it was 22, 23 kills.
But they're also being pushed in, meanwhile, from main. And it's Diha, who had some pretty big moments in the early stages of Dust 2, especially in the pistol, which, remember, they won the first pistol round, and it was mainly off his back, and that's why his aim is on point. He also dinks Jax at range and puts him in such an awkward position, but Jax is passing the test so far, dropping the bomb carry where he stands before Alexi goes in through red, and finally Nico does spill the bomb out one more time. 2 on 2, but Monacy is making Madden put down with authority. Diha still alive, started the round with the first frag and will be coming full circle for ENCE should they win this, and they will! The pole reigns supreme! We certainly have, plus the fact that he's going to go unchecked from the cave, so he can have his back completely covered right now. Hunter, what do you have up your sleeve? 1 kill. Going to start to run out of ammunition though, he didn't get that cleanly, and that costs him his life. Snappy will not fall to his hands. A lot of damage inflicted though. Jackson Nico still with a chance, but Nico spammed up through the smoke. Will play no further part in this round. Beginning to believe in a potential G2 miracle, but jumping down into the Bogdan's Law, has the 13 HP to his name. Molly tossed over on middle, forces Hunter out into a different angle, but is still facing middle, and that's to his detriment. Spinks on the drive-by, just smashes him straight in the forehead. And they also have themselves Monacy to contend with the AWP peeking round the corner ever so slowly. It may only require 1 kill from Monacy, but he misses his chance. He was so on point the entirety of Dust 2, and could that miss prove to be costly? It's at least going to cost him his life. They may not anticipate the triple stack. Alexi but they deal with him. If he was able to survive through on Donut and just get round the corner, he could have won off the back of time.
Tries to just poke and prod, maybe try and get the trade. And G2 though, they're looking to try and keep ENCE pinned down, and it is working out. DHL does reply back with 1, but it is a 2 versus 4. That being said, Monacy and Nico are very low, but doesn't matter when you're hitting shots like that.
Diha has been put down, and G2 will pick up their very first round. See if any early engagements, aggression comes to the forefront. Smoke up onto red. Monacy, good spawn, gets in close proximity, but again misses out on his shot. This time, it's afforded by a flashbang. He is having a little bit more trouble here, Monacy, though. Nowhere near the same levels of impact as the early rounds on Dust 2, and now flashes a plenty flurry of them. But Snappy still connects onto the head of Alexi B, and in doing so, ENCE again are in a 5v3. However, Hunter is keeping this A side a little bit more grimly contested as far as ENCE are concerned. 2 frags already down, keeping himself in the fight for the time being and allowing his teammates to move in as well. Hunter's picked up a 3rd, and now they can try and pincer in and flank Hades, who's given his position away. Hunter has finally fallen, but he will fall a hero. However, no one will be there to celebrate him unless Nico can clutch this one out. 30 HP left on Snappy, plenty of time allocated on the clock, which is for the better of Snappy because he has to still retrieve that bomb. Nico does have a kit, however, and the bomb's not planted for Snappy currently. Remember, 30 HP, 1 bullet may seal the deal, but Snappy stands tall and delivers with a 4K. ENCE take a 7-1 lead. And that's afforded G2 the luxury of getting up close. We have not seen this too often at all. 2 players pushing down ramp, 1 via Jaguar, and it's Nico through the flash. They try to pincer in, but Madden stands tall. So much damage done through the doors. How no one else has fallen is a mystery. All 4 players below 20 HP, and it should be easy pickings at this stage for the rest of G2.
That is actually disgusting from G2. They don't budge. It's okay. We still have money. Madden. If you look at the cash, you can clearly see why. 3 players sub $1,000, and this time around, ENCE are going to switch things up. It's going to be a fast play coming in towards B, and they're walking straight into the belly of the beast. Nico spraying, blinded through the smoke, finds 2, looking for more. The 3rd will fall as well, and they're getting absolutely obliterated. Monacy chiming in with a frag of his own, and G2, it took a while, Vince.
Meanwhile, they're looking to push over on the construction side. This could put Alexi B in a bit of an awkward position, but that Molotov is so good. Spinks, though, passes the bullet in the head of Hunter before Nico makes amends and avenges his fallen teammate with 3 quick-fire frags. Nearly picks up a very stylish 4th, and Diha is the last man standing. Bomb nowhere to be seen. And although D has already proven his worth multiple times over in this tournament with the Deagles, with the pistols, I think this may be asking a little bit too much of the man.
being proactive. They know it's going to be the hit coming in towards A now, but the fact that mid is open and so is Donut, this could go very, very wrong.
They saw Diha, they saw his back just around the corner, they know what's coming up, there's the first, and they know exactly where ENCE are looking to finish. This information is worth so much, it's so valuable. Diha fully flashed, 18 seconds to go. First casualty for the CTs has now been added to 2. Diha's picked up 3 on 21 HP, and may have enough time for the plant as well. He's going to get sprayed through the wall, and Hunter is going to spoil the party for Diha. However, his 3 kills.
So G2, after this string of rounds they've won, to slip up here would be, I wouldn't say disastrous, but it would be rough.
Oh, this would sting. This would seriously sting, but Jackson and Alexi will hold the line on ramp. They have now been fallen and put in their place. Hunter through the smoke is going to come out second best, and it does appear that will be the case. G2 have money to go for this. Only one more round to play in this half, and Madden takes out m0NESY.
And Jack's trying his best to stay alive. He's got back nearby towards Donut, but he's burning. He's getting riddled. He's in the smoke. I don't know what's going on, but a bomb will be planted by Diha, but there's still someone in the site, and it is Nico, and he will strike.
And he strikes hard. So far beyond driven as Nico. He's going to try and do this by himself. Diha is still stuck around the temple, praying to the CS gods that they can somehow give him safety, safe passage against this immortal fragger who keeps himself alive with the smoke. Now stuck at the back of the boxes, the rest of the support structure has arrived, including m0NESY's AWP, and now the T's begin to capitulate. G2 will finish the half in 6 of 7 rounds won.
Couple of smokes, 2 Molotovs, and a flash, and that, for me, is telling of a B hit.
Oh, Hades instantly gets headshot, and he gets aim punched. It looked like his aim may have been on for a headshot there. It's Snappy to try and hold off by himself, but he has also crumbled under the pressure, under the strain, as Hunter moves on for 16 frags. Both he and Nico have reached that mark, and Jax is going to catch Spinks in the back, lines up the shot. Nice work with the P250. G2 looking good to pick up this pistol. Now do the world of good towards their overall round mark. Donut now being pushed through. Diha, the pistol king of the first half, is still alive, still kicking, and still claiming heads. There's now ENCE will be sweating bullets, hoping that this carry can continue to stay alive. The bomb's been spilled out. Madden pushing through the smoke, but Jax is there to greet him for a second P250 kill. Diha in trying so desperately to clutch this round out. It looked like he may have picked up a headshot there. Going back in again, but Alexi B will just about hold on for dear life.
Crush the dreams of G2 in some of these pistol rounds. But G2, they're able to stave off the beast. The flying Alexi B, a rare sight. Nico there, I don't even know how he walks around with balls that big, and he's just fine. Snappy, like you said, waiting for the bullet to run out. As the mid control comes in from both the sides, Hunter able to trade, finds Spinks, but Snappy comes around the corner looking to take duels left, right, and center, and he finds both the cousins. And just like that, 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, and it's a 4v2 favoring it.
Oh, Jax, though, is going to try and resurrect this round, brick by brick, bullet by bullet. Hades has a 3rd kill.
He didn't see him cross.
I don't think he did, but m0NESY may be on the chopping block next. Nice shot from Hades. That's more like it. Now, they need to get this one done cleanly, because, again, their economy has not fully stabilized. Honestly, even losing 3 plays is going to sting them. But Jax is still in with a shot. There's still plenty of time in this round. The downside is he has no idea as to where the second player is. He knows Hades was last spotted Donut, and now he's found out in the worst possible way.
It's a risky hole coming out from ENCE. If we look at Hades' position, he's in Donut looking towards mid. They have A completely open as Hunter will indeed completely open up A. Diha will meet his maker. A bit of a fluff smoke there, but it's okay. Still player advantage for the side of G2 as they're going to be making the way on towards the B bomb side. Rotation is taking place in the form of Hades with an AWP, but Spinks has so much to do right now.
There's a gap in the smoke. That's a free B kill, and with 18 seconds left, he could maybe even get another one. I don't think he wanted to overextend in that engagement, but takes down everybody. The smallest gaps in the smoke costs G2 so much. In such terrifying fashion, at one stage they were leading 6-1. They extended that to 7-1, and then we saw G2 come back. Madden, it's a shooting gallery, and he capitalizes with 2, but Jax with the deagle has bagged himself 2 of his own. That being said, though, he has been put in his grave. Hunter with it all to do. First frag fairly cleanly. Still 71 hit points in play, but he's got Hades and Spinks to contend with. Still alive, jumping down, but he's running into the arms of Spinks. How he is still alive, I have no idea. But Spinks makes sure he gets him on the second time of asking. But I don't know if they realize he's already up here. Spinks is making moves down on construction side as well. He's been bested. Nico, meanwhile, gets an extreme amount of C. 2 quick-fire frags. And that should be B site, locked down. And surely this is where...
Again, just filthy stuff coming out from the youngster. 14-11.
May very well fall on their sword because they're trying to hit B again. There are multiple adversaries that they have to try and navigate across, but they've all been submerged by smoke and flame. And liquid fire of the Molotov has now come to a close, and the smokes are about to deplete as well. This is where all hell is about to break loose, and Snappy is throwing himself through the gates with the P250, still alive, joined alongside Spinks, and now it's only on Spinks, but Hunter with the flank has put them down where they stand.
Sweet. That's the thing with the A1, you really can't see the tracers, but Jax in the meantime finding Madden sneaking in towards the A bomb site. This has been a hole in the defense of ENCE multiple times, which hasn't quite been exploited as Monacy finds Hades. 5 versus 2. Hunter's gonna be walking in towards the A bomb site as well. He's all the way towards CD spawn. G2 can go wherever the hell they want. But if Spinks steps up right now, that's when something could go wrong. And Spinks, he hears the footsteps.
He snatches at the frag. He had to. Alexi was still checking the angles. 15 seconds to play with flash out. Spinks needs to go huge here, but Snappy's been caught, and now Spinks isn't so sure. He wanted to peek out on the long angle, can't do it. Spinks has 4 seconds to try and defend the bomb, but the Molotov stops him. It was so tantalizingly close, and he's about to get pinched in from the side because Nico is laid there and wait, doesn't have to push in. The bomb should do all of the work for G2. Nice effort from Spinks, but we are tied up at 14 apiece. The winner of this best of 3 moves on to the legend stage. Jax takes off the head of Diha, and Cave has now crumbled. Spinks with the deagle gets spotted, traded out 1 for 1. They need Hades now to light up the scoreboard with this deagle, but instead he's been put down with authority. And now Snappy and Madden have a tumultuous task ahead of them. And I'm not doubting their skill level, but I think this one is not one they're going to pass. Jax also taking the initiative. Spray is good onto Madden. Takes the head of Snappy, finishes him off with the Glock. And G2, not only do they get on fire, but additionally, they have a match, a qualification point. Some great performances. Spinks has hit a 30 bomb. Hunter and Nico are close, and Nico comes out second best. This is better from ENCE. They take down 2 kills, but Monacy does bounce back with 1 of his own.
Grouped up right now with Jax, and Jax spots a player out towards Red Room. That is, of course, Diha. But he will re-peek out and catches Jax climbing over the boxes, and now ENCE just 2 frags away from taking this to overtime.
Smoke in position, Flash is checking their angles, making sure they're not going to get caught from an angle. That Molotov will afford safe passage with the bomb plant, but Hunter gets caught in the back, and Monacy has got to pull off a huge play, but Spinks shuts him down, and it's OT. Excursions go in favor of G2 because of some aggressive peaks. Spinks goes in for another one. So much damage through the smoke, and some turned back in towards the ENCE players. But Snappy peeks out through the Molotov and gets the better of Nico. He's still lurking around in the shadows as well. The audacity of the man to still be in this position for so long in the round. Is he about to peek in with a flash? He does it! A double spray! Snappy takes this round, snatches it away from G2.
That is played to perfection. We've seen him try it multiple times in regulation, but meantime, Hunter finds Spinks. You see the bomb dropped all the way in a T-spot. Jax finds his kill. It's going to be huge, and Madden will deal with him. It's all on Hunter. 1 versus 3, and he's making a bit of noise. Snappy, very aware as to where the play is going to be coming in from. Hunter might actually get the bomb down here. No, he won't. Madden shuts him down. ENCE, they win a round. Falls back, playing a little bit more passively, but they've lost so much of real estate here, Vince. No eyes inside a donut, no eyes in the red room, but Spinks, oh, he lines them up through the smoke! Alexi B and Jax will fall, and Spinks, he needs no vision. He can do it all by his lonesome, as Lurk coming in from Donut doesn't matter. Hades and Snappy will deal with both Hunter and Nico, leaving Monacy.
He's got the right idea, once to the back of B site, another around Cave Jaguar area, but he's about to walk out into the open, and Spinks has him dead to rights. ENCE 17-15 in the lead to maybe turn this around, snatch it out of the jaws of defeat. It feels like if this goes 3-0 OT, that might be too far gone. However, Alexi now able to put the smoke down, cordon off some of these areas, and focus their attention and their fire onto the site. Dha gives his position away. They cannot deny this bomb plant. There's no gap in the smoke this time to exploit from ENCE. So it's going to be going down, and so will Dha. Monacy through the smoke, connects, vanquishes him from the site. And now Hades, alongside Spinks, is going to try and sneak their way, crawl their way onto the site. Spinks, last man standing, last round of OT. He's going for this, and if he's going to get any success, he's got to pick up the pace here. The bomb is ticking away. That fuse is getting dangerously close to exploding. First kill won't go his way, and G2 makes sure, bare minimum, it's not a clean sweep in this first OT half.
A little over-eager there. Hoping to catch someone off guard, but Hunter, even though he does get tagged to 40 HP, never mind, he's been tagged down to 0 HP. Dha will decapitate him. And Nico, lying wait, looking to hold the line, looking to tie up the scoreline.
Hades, the fastest of flicks. That's such an integral moment in this game. Alexi B still alive, but not for much longer. And Jax off on A site.
Yeah, it's safe.
Has to save, yep. This game continues to deliver, Blair. We thought coming into this, we're in for a real interesting affair. The first map had its moments, was fairly one-sided. This has been neck and neck throughout. I think Jax is going to survive. And will they run with it? Nico gets tanked by the smoke, still skews his vision though. Gonna be hiding in there, maybe waiting for a flash from one of his teammates, or for someone else to arrive, but instead it's ENCE, and that pain train comes hurtling down the tracks onto the site again. And it's looking good for an ENCE second map victory. Hunter is gonna get caught in the side, and ENCE take us to a third. Mirage beckons.
Oh boy, ENCE were made of sweat, Vince. Like, first map, Dust 2, it feels like a lifetime ago. It was such an easy win. Making any ruse of the fact that it's going to be a hit coming in towards B. A nice crossfire being set up between Hades and his teammate in the form of Spinks. But Hades finds nothing, and Spinks now, his position has been compromised. You know exactly where he is, as Dha, his teammates come in to help him out, but they all fall like 10 pins. As Snappy, the IGL left in a 1v5, and there's nothing he can do. G2 maybe try and contest mid, but it is just a ruse. It's a walk up towards B bomb set. It only play one player, lies in wait, and it is going to come down to Snappy to shut this one down.
Snappy in the smoke, using it as a sanctuary, hoping it's his ally. Good for one, but no more. Nico has put an end to this B side. And it looks like Spain's going to try his damnedest to get recontrol over this area. Instead, though, he walks into a barrage from Jax, and Hades will be off to save G2 with a quick-fire 4-0 lead. Try and snatch something out across the map. Try and push something aggressively, and in doing so, effectively spring their trap. Dha, there's the aggression I was talking about, and Alexi is up to the task. They're making it so uncomfortable, but the timing from Spinks' push could not have been sweeter, and he collects with 2. Hades holds the line with the AWP. The bait and switch out as well. They have the MP9 up close in the hands of Snappy. And now he's going to show his hand. Much better from ENCE. And could come head-to-head with Madden. If he can take Madden's head off, there could be a golden ticket towards the A side of the map. I think he just about has enough time. It's whether he can get across there in safety or not, as there is an AWP peering him down in the form of Hades. And there he is. Collects. Starved in the last round of victory, looking to pounce now. Nico posted up just outside Palace, 20 seconds. Was trying his damnedest to clutch out in the previous round, but may not be required. Monacy goes in for the first pick in his engagement. They're going for the plant, they'll successfully get it down. Now the spray from Dha can only muster the strength for one. And although Hades is low, he's keeping them busy. Manages to just dance around the flames. and keep himself alive, but Alexi is here to chunk down with the MAC-10. There's an AWP available, which he will happily pick up. And Snappy in no position to stop this round from falling in the way of G2. Takes a bit of damage, but still alive. And Hades on the jump spots at least one of Tetris. Can now flip up. 1-for-1 trade though, especially as it's the AWP that's gone down, will favor G2, and it just got that little bit sweeter as they picked up a second, but Snappy keeps this site just about under control. Nico though pulls out the sledgehammer and knocks down the wall. And Almonacy, missing out on his chance, is at least able to relay that information to his teammates. The connector has been pushed into from one of the remaining two CTs. Diha looking to try and get himself back into this round. Big kill onto Nico. Alexi now stuck on Tetris, needs some support, needs it yesterday. Flash hits both of them though. 25 seconds. That engagement ends in a stalemate, but Diha comes back up. Now spins the ball down. Monacy with a beautiful flick. And with 15 seconds, needs to find the next shot. Madden shows his hand, but not for long enough for Monacy to strike twice. Switching to the AK gives him that run and gun potential. Tickles the bomb. Madden out to the open, and the young gun strikes again. Conjures carnage.
First he gets the opening on the Spinks towards mid, and then, of course, that AWP shot, that flick was just absolute filth. He spots a pixel. It's so fast, Vince. The slow-mo can't even catch it. Switches over to the AK-47. And that's a tale of redemption in just one round. That flicked.
They have got to move through here, punch through, and try and brute force their way out of connector. They don't have control over Catwalk either. They've thrown a Molotov down, but that's not going to affect Spinks. It's a massacre. They walk into the killing fields, and they have been put down with vengeance, with venom from ENCE. Will start to dwindle and deplete. Monacy, other side of the smoke. Oh, still takes the head of Madden and makes it his own. Carves a path through onto the site with Nico. Diha, some heroics. Makes Nico fade to black and now gives his team the advantage. 9 HP left for Monacy. With 50 seconds, he's now last man standing.
On the ace.
He's pulled off a 1v2. Can he go one better? But every second he spends waiting for a peek from CT is another second that Snappy is closing in on him. The chances now are very slim. He can pick this up, and Snappy capitalizes. $300 well spent, as Alexi and Nico will be feeling worse for wear. As they push in, Jax had chances, makes the most of it. Deagle in play, but Diha, Mr. Dependable, Mr. Consistent. Oh, Mr. Headshot. Ow! Monacy gets wrecked. And although it's against an Nico, you can't argue with that aim. The rest of the pieces should now fall into place. Nice jump across, man. Diha's putting on a clinic. Give that man all the frags. Give him the ace. He's earned it.
No one in the apartments, no one sneaking in from behind. And Diha, he can easily find a couple here.
There's one. Grenade out, may very well fall, should fall. Did a lot more damage than anticipated. But Madden, showing his patience, showing his resolve not to peek out aggressively. And now Snappy and Spinks, on separate areas of the map, have to somehow conjoin together. Flick from Monacy goes awry, missing the mark. And now Snappy could feasibly get this done. Alexi has control over the bomb.
How does he cross?
And he can't move right now. This is so awkward for G2, and they could get flanked in. They're getting pincered. Snappy is here, and Nico gets bested by Snappy. Nico is even watching the angle, and the veteran still took his head. The executioner of ENCE has prevailed once again. He may go down to Alexi, IGL, and IGL crime, but now Alexi can make a beeline for the B site. And with a flash up and over, hasn't quite affected Spinks, still moving in. Is it confirmed damage? Does he whip out the sidearm here? Grenade won't be finishing off Alexi, designated towards the van. And now that time on the bomb, ticking away, and Alexi clutches. G2 take it down.
For the pole, the Terminator in the server right now. It's going to be B-hit coming in. And once more, Snappy, he'll have to answer the call of duty.
Oh, the nuke has landed this time, all right. And Spinks is there to clean up the rest. 2 kills go his way. Keep in mind, at one point, this was 1-7, stacked against ENCE, and they finish in fine form. 7-8 the score. He only had 7 kills on Dust 2. As a primary AWPer, that is grim. And now the grenades are coming into BAPS. Damage inflicted. Hunt finishes off, but there is Diha. 22nd kill to his name. Nico holds the line on the bench, trying to tap those heads, and tap he will. 3 kills back to back. He's given G2 every chance to win this round. And Snappy instantly gooshes m0NESY. A chance at Legends beckons for the IGL. 31 years of age and is fragging his mind out at this point, but he's made a lot of noise. There's the first frag in this exchange, and he has time. It's not just about the kills, it's keeping a cool head in the process. And now everything turns in Snappy's favor. m0NESY has got to land an outrageous flick headshot if he wants to clutch this round now. He's got a smoke, he does have a kit, he can just go ahead, cross his fingers, cross his toes, hope for the best, full on defuse, and there's Snappy! Another clutch for the day.
Cold as ice is Snappy. Calm, composed. He knew he had one thing going for him, Vince, and that was time. And he used it to perfection.
Cheeky boost. Won't work it in itself, but Hunter relocates and gets the better of 2 players. That's the thing with G2. Hunter may have had a bit of a slow game, but you know he always has this up his sleeve. And the rest of his teammates haven't really budged on the A side. They've drawn away some fire. m0NESY now from the side. Nico misses his chance. Will that prove to be costly? m0NESY, what? Through Tetris. Has undone Spinks, and Diha may be able to get this plant down, but it's a 1-on-3, and they were waiting. Sharks circling their prey.
Jax playing up close and personal. Smoke's going to be deployed. He sees Spinks going to be dropping that immediately. Smoking of the Molotov as well as m0NESY plucks Snappy from the air.
Beautiful shot. Clay Pigeon shooting from m0NESY, but using live ammo now. And Nico perched up on the bench, bypassing the smoke, getting the rewards. D has the only player that's really struck so far with that MAC-10. But Nico on the prowl has been thwarted by Hades and pushed away. Madden, meanwhile, in window deals with the other component, and that family tree has now been uprooted. ENCE looking good to get double digits, but that man is still alive, m0NESY. He has been a pain in the side, a talisman of this game. Alexi, who pulled off such a vital clutch just a few moments ago, and is still alive, still kicking into this round. m0NESY's trying to be baited out into the open by ENCE, but he's not biting just yet, and a well-placed flash forces the tease away. Now m0NESY can just get his angles trained on ramp, but Hades plucks him out with the AK-47. Alexi has to go above and beyond once again. This Force by War has continued, and it could be just a few moments away from breaking G2 yet again. Alexi's got to make a move here. Time is running so dry, so low. He feels like Tetris has been called off, but now he's going to find out. Oh my God! The flick to Hades' head. Is there enough time for the fin?
He's got it!
There is! He's got it! Unbelievable! It is most certainly delivered this time around, that's for sure. Let's be honest, this entire series has. The first map may have been a bit of a blowout, but there were some crazy moments on that one as well. And now Hunter looking to try and connect with a couple kills, but Connector has now been bypassed. Jack's a different angle. Haven't really seen the CTs occupy ramp this aggressively so far. Then Jax spins in for 2, and now Spinks can clean up the rest onto Jax. They have dealt with the A contingent though, ENCE. But it's Spinks against the world.
m0NESY crosshairs trained in the direction of Spinks, and he doesn't have anything to cross with. There we go. No smokes, no flashes, nothing. And m0NESY, he doesn't miss those.
One of which is Hunter, however. Now the 2 of them are going to push in. That flash is good, but Alexi's barely affected by it. Which is all for the best because Hunter was completely blinded. Now smokes and mollies being exchanged. Out into the open, they'll filter in, but Diha into a hail of bullets. As he's vanquished by Hunter. And although there is a counter frag, it shouldn't be going the way of ENCE. 35 seconds and Hades with now an A1S to his side. This will be a huge moment for him to step up, but m0NESY will swat him away. Mate, I don't even smoke and I feel like I need a cigarette after this game. Meanwhile, Spinks has been caught by a HE and also a flashbang. See, this is the smoke. Those Jax is there, but Jax is too fast. And Nico mops up Snappy, who is thinking of peeking through Palace. Another engage that goes heftily in favor of G2.
Alexi, he spots Madden's foot, and before Madden's able to sneak his way into its connector, finding him towards Ramp, towards Palace, towards connector. They haven't shown anything, and now Alexi B goes poking and prodding. He's like, where the hell are they? Want to find something. Nico finds Diha, now all in Hades. 1v5 looking unlikely, looking impossible. Alexi B strikes him down. They're grouping up here, and m0NESY, he lies in wait.
We haven't really seen any fakes from ENCE so far. This is one of the first times, but m0NESY nailing the first player has kind of given this one away, especially seeing two. This feels like it may be a done deal. They still have one more player coming out, but it's Hades, and now Madden, last man alive. The only thing working in the man's favor is that he has the bomb, but he has no more life.